Hey everybody, welcome to episode 1 of my new series, Curiosity. So in this video, we're going to talk about terraforming Mars. Is it possible? Could we do this? There's been a lot of articles published over the past few years about this possibility, and essentially what it would mean is we would build factories on Mars. Essentially, these factories would pump greenhouse gases into the Martian atmosphere. And essentially basically doing climate change, climate warming, or whatever you want to call it, on purpose. So they would pump it into the atmosphere, it would thicken the atmosphere and warm the planet up, making it more friendly to have flora and fauna and grow things and produce more oxygen and things of that nature. So I find this idea very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. And it's actually kind of brilliant. I mean, think about that prospect. Think about, if we can do this, if we can get these factories on Mars and pump these gases into the atmosphere, I mean, would it work? Would it work? Could we make Mars habitable for human beings? Now granted, this kind of process would take a long time. I mean, the Earth, climate change didn't happen overnight and things like that. And pumping these greenhouse gases into the Martian atmosphere, again, wouldn't heat the planet overnight. It would probably take decades and generations to really get it to where it needs to be. But could it be done? Could it be done? The possibility there is fascinating to me. It's fascinating to me because, all along, growing up as a kid and things like that, whenever you thought about living on Mars, it was always through this idea of having to build these little domes or these little containment units where you would have the oxygen and you would be limited to being indoors like that or in a suit with oxygen. This idea of instead of doing that, instead of adapting to the Martian atmosphere, this would be changing the Martian atmosphere, making it like Earth, making it more like Earth. And I think that's really a cool, fascinating idea to ponder. Now, I'm not a scientist, okay? I'm not a scientist. So there might be factors in this process that wouldn't work. Maybe it's not possible. Maybe it's not possible, but on paper, it sounds like a process that, has merit. It really does, and it would open up. I mean, that would be a huge game changer for humankind if we could pull this off. And what would that mean? That would give us a backup plan. Like, let's say Earth was ever in danger from like a meteor strike, and it was an extinction level event headed towards us. Okay. We would have Mars then as a backup. Like, if we needed to, we could go to Mars and colonize and live there instead. It's a huge game changer for humankind. It would be so interesting. What are your thoughts on this, though? What do you guys think about the possibility of terraforming Mars, building these factories on Mars, pumping greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, heating the planet up, and essentially making it more Earth-like? Well, do you think that could work? I mean, is it possible, or is this like a pipe dream or a fairy tale? What are your guys' thoughts on this? I would love to hear from you. Thank you all so much for watching this first episode of Curiosity, and have a wonderful day.